everyone. Welcome to one of the Opentalk on-demand session. Thank you for spending the time with us. This is the Financial Services and Insurance on-demand session. Today, we're here to talk about delivering fast and seamless policyholder service. My name is Ilya Filipov. I am Director of Insurance Strategy at Talkdesk. Joining me today are Mr. Cory Haynes, Vice President of Industry Strategy for Financial Services Insurance at Talkdesk, and Ms. Estelle Blockoms, Director for Life Insurance Distribution at American Family Insurance, a forward thinker in the world of insurance. Before we begin, a little bit about Talkdesk. If you're new to us, we are the financial services experience cloud that offers a better way for you, the insurance company, to provide a greater customer experience. We do this by combining omnichannel capabilities that are AI infused in a most secure environment, integrated, very fast to deploy with the lowest time to value. And the way we've done this for over 1,800 clients across 75 countries. We're global, across multitude of industries. You can see financial services and insurance is one of these industries, and you can see some of the brands that we're servicing. There are several insurance innovative brands as well in this sample. We are proud to have helped these companies deliver the ultimate customer experience for their policyholders. So before we say where we're going, we might want to take a quick trip across time to see where we've been. It all began prior to the 1980s. And it's very important to understand this, where the agent and the face-to-face and the local value was key, and the primary way an insurance company interacted with their clients. That agent brought in empathy and local value to the client. However, the process was fairly inefficient, much more longer and complex for even the simplest transactions. Circa the 1980s, insurance companies introduced the call centers in their model as well, which improved and elevated the customer experience to a new level. In the 2000s to 2010s, there was, with the rise of the internet, insurance companies introduced electronic communication, and the digital contact center was born. Come the 2010s, omnichannel capabilities and the fourth industrial revolution put pressure on insurance companies to raise the customer experience to a whole new level that a lot of other industries have done already. Some of those fourth industrial capabilities that are raising the demand and the expectations from an insurance customer, what they get from their companies, are the cloud, Internet of Things, conversational AI, and omnichannel capabilities. The clients want to talk to their companies in the way they want to, when they want to, with the minimal effort, and all of that being updated quickly. And so additionally, new players have appeared in the market with no legacy problems that have taken this fourth industrial revolution capabilities to deliver and market opportunities within the insurance world. On the consumer side, some of the known brands are Lemonade, Root, Health IQ. On the commercial side, companies such as CoverWallet, Zenefits, and Corvus have all some of the few of the many that have raised the expectations of how customer can interact with their insurance company. And at Talkdesk, we take pride that we enable you, the insurance company, to deliver better policy experience by helping you break the legacy silos to revolutionize insurance, taking advantage of economies of scale, accelerating with the cloud, meeting emerging insurer needs, and minimizing customer effort, all opportunities that you as an insurance company can help you grow your profit from insurance operations. All the while increasing customer loyalty, retention, and acquiring new customers. So what sets Talkdesk apart in this mission is we are the world's most innovative and secure platform. Just in 2020, in the first 20 weeks, we had 20 new innovations. 55% of our workforce works in research and development, dedicated to enabling you and delivering new capabilities that you, our insurance partner, can bring forward to market in the most turnkey environment. We also take pride of having 100% uptime SLA. We have 200 patents and growing, 30 plus security certifications, and we are the first and only company in the market to offer solution for in CCAS specifically dedicated for financial services and insurance. We have teammates who have grown up in the insurance industry who combine their experience and knowledge with our technology talent to deliver you the most innovative solutions with your environment in consideration. So the Talkdesk CX Cloud Advantage helps you innovate better way for greater customer experience. We provide end-to-end customer experience that's AI infused, adaptable, integrated, trusted, and intuitive. All this combined enables you, our insurance partner, to deliver the superior customer experience in a turnkey environment with very little to no pressure to your IT on-demand management process. So in conclusion, the Talkdesk CX Cloud Platform Advantage offers you security, 100% uptime SLA, flexible deployments, and automation customization. What sets us apart is our dedicated focus in product investments and staffing for the financial services and insurance industry. All of that enabled with 80 plus App Connect offerings that are native capabilities that you as an insurance company can integrate from day one, and over 60 out of the box integrations. You can see some of the brands that we have out of the box integrations. And just to let you know that we are also able to integrate with some of your proprietary solutions and help you take advantage of innovative ways to service your customers. With that, I'd like to thank you for your time. And now I would like to give the floor to Cory and Estelle. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Cory Haynes, Vice President for Financial Services and Insurance here at Talkdesk. And I'm talking today to Estelle Blockoms, Director of Distribution at American Family. Really excited to have Estelle here. She's really been at the forefront leading distribution teams throughout her illustrious insurance career, which includes being recognized as the highest ranking in the district for life insurance in 2017 and ranking in the top 10% nationally in 2018. Estelle has received over 20 awards and recognitions during her tenure for exemplary service and consistently exceeding sales targets. She's going to share her unique perspective of the insurance industry as it relates to diversity and technology and how insurers can better their experience for their policyholders and coach more diverse top producers. So welcome, Estelle.
Thank you, Cory. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So Estelle, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in the industry and what you're doing today.
Oh, yes. Awesome. So as you know, Cory, no individual, well, I don't think so, starts off young saying that I want to be in the insurance business. And clearly, because I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, life insurance or insurance period wasn't something that I wanted to get into. It wasn't until a situation of unfortunate events that happened in my life that I was talking to my insurance agent, and my insurance agent said to me, you know, you would be fantastic at this job. And at that particular time, I was unemployed. And so I thought about, you know, what the heck? I'll go for the interview, and if I get hired, it's going to be history. And that it has been, Cory, history.
Amazing, amazing. So tell us, like, you've seen the insurance industry evolve, and maybe you could tell us, even as it's evolved, how you've seen things like diversity, equity, inclusion even shape that evolution. So, your days back in Salt Lake City and becoming an insurer, but tell us how it's really evolved to this point and where D&I is coming in to play.
Oh, absolutely. So, Cory, let me tell you my first true awareness of how non-diverse insurance was. I was in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I went to a NAIFA event. Inside of this NAIFA event, I walked in and literally I was the only Black female in a room of 500 men between the ages of 50 and 70, and they were all of white. They were all white, to be honest. And I remember that day thinking, wow, I'm not supposed to be here. I really thought about like, wow, I'm not supposed to be here. Then when you think about the district in which I was in, only female, I was one of two Black individuals that was on the group, but and I've got pictures to show all of this, which is actually quite interesting. But what that did for me is it really kind of gave me that little, like, I'm going to show them that I am the freaking best, like, ever. And so I did. Inside of that, as they looked at me as far as in going into a leadership role, all I could think about is those first days and starting and seeing that, people that looked like me and a female just weren't successful. I mean, just wasn't in the industry, so forget the successful people.
Right.
And so as I began to recruit individuals, that's what I looked for. I looked at ways that I could bring in people that probably don't look at the industry as a diverse industry and show them how diversity can make this happen, how diversity has its own kind of piece in it and it works. And so I kind of prided myself with recruiting individuals that look like me, and then also letting them know that it works. It's one of those household secrets in other backgrounds that insurance is a very, profitable, nice income, you can make it happen in insurance. And so I wanted to be able to give others that. So that's kind of what I did. And I still continue to do, because I certainly believe in insurance. But when I think about how it has shaped the industry, what we are understanding and knowing all day long is that the world is changing. And what businesses do know and understand inside of that world that is changing, people want to do business with people that look like them. That's a fact.
Plain and simple.
Yep, plain and simple. So when you think about that, companies are looking at, how do I change this trajectory? And the only way that you can is that you've got to bring in people that look like your customers, because that's true and that's certainly factual, that people want to do business with people that look like them. So as we move forward, it's going to even be much more imperative for all of our companies to look at what they currently look like, what the world's going to look like, and then certainly have a field force of individuals that look like what the world is going to look like.
It's pretty powerful. So I like what you said. I mean, you took an opportunity where you felt isolated, you didn't feel included, it wasn't diverse, and you said you had two things: the reptilian brain, fight or flight, right? And you could have left and just said, I'm out of here, or you could have fought. And it sounds like you fought for that opportunity, not necessarily physically, but you said, I'm going to create other opportunities for other people here to change the composition of this room, right? To change the perceptions of this room. And then you made another powerful statement of that. You've made an impact to say that, the experience that policyholders have is incumbent on the producers or the broker or the agent in front of them, right? The person that relates to them, to talk to them about the opportunity to purchase this. So it creates a more of an affinity, because you want to purchase from people that understand you, get you, and usually that's the same culture, ethnicity, race, gender. So tell me, because of that, how is this starting to impact even the thought where now technology is coming into play, where you might disassociate with a person, right? Because you're using a technology solution, whether it be the phone or the web, and you might not see a person, or you might not understand who's on the other side of that. Is technology changing that? Is it enhancing it? Is it creating more obstacles for that relationship with the agent and the producer?
So, Cory, that is a fully baked question with several answers. And so you can look at it as it's certainly technology is opening doors that hasn't. And one of the things in our most recent pandemic, our field force is really realizing how we can get in front of our customers where we just couldn't. Or you're taking those barriers from a customer that possibly may not have a babysitter, may not, cannot get into the office. And quite frankly, Cory, sometimes that happens more often with individuals that have, maybe are that can't, call over a babysitter and have someone watch their children. So, so when you think about those opportunities and that where we've come in the last, year, it was like a 10-year leap for technology, right? And how we use things to reach all of our clients. And so when you think about that reach, and anytime technology comes in and it expands that reach, at the same time where individuals have to own and realize that either we're going to get on board with the technology or we are going to be left behind. And then that's where you go, okay, now technology changes the scope of the disparity that may be happening inside of different maybe ethnic backgrounds or maybe social and economic backgrounds. And so I think that that's really powerful. And so although this pandemic has been absolutely 100% horrific, I think that when you think about things that maybe it certainly helped us all grow and maybe reaching to individuals that we would not have reached at before, I think there's some work and some learnings that we can get from what just happened.
That's pretty good. I mean, I haven't heard about that really explained like you just did. The ability to use technology to reach more people, to reach them in where they need to be or where they are at that moment. Like you said, because of, you can't get a babysitter, or you can't go out, or you can't drive, I can still reach you. I can still offer you the ability to be covered, to secure your retirement, to secure your home, to secure whatever you're trying to ensure. That's really good. So tell me, when you think about that, like, what are the things that you're hearing from your policyholders today? What are the demands that you didn't hear 5 years ago that now are entering in conversations that, when you're in that room that wasn't diverse, you didn't hear, but now these are things that you're hearing today as you become more of a leader and you've expanded your reach. What are your policyholders telling you?
Our policyholders are somewhat telling us the same thing that they were telling us 5 years ago. Now we can certainly, hopefully, offer what they're asking. So I'll give you just a, certainly quick example. Our policy owners have said, I want certainly ease and convenience, but yet and still, those particular policy owners probably thought that, I could go into one of an agent's office or something like that to get certainly taken care of. In the last 5 years, as we have tried to certainly give them those tools, they still would go into their agent offices. I mean, it just would happen. Right. Well, with everything that's happened, and certainly it's almost like in the last year, we accomplished things that we wanted to accomplish 5 years ago, but then it also has opened up the opportunity for us to share and understand stories about different social, economic, backgrounds, so that we can reach them differently. So there's so much into what has just happened and how it affects everyone in the world, that when you realize that some things that are happening with technology would have only been available for some are much more available now for all. And when you think about that, much more available for all and technology and where we're going with that, that just kind of heightens everything, which means that now we can begin having good conversations with all individuals about all of their insurance. And I don't want to say, I guess, all of the time, but it's less of a disparity, if that makes sense. And technology has made that possible.
That's really good. I mean, there's always been this story about the technology divide, right? There's always been this, whether it be Wi-Fi access and phones. And I think as you're saying this, like the pandemic kind of brought everybody together in a sense where, phones were already ubiquitous. 95% of Americans have a phone. So that's but the ability to use digital channels to reach people and allow them the same opportunity as someone maybe with the best desktop and Wi-Fi connection that they could have, it's really interesting. And so tell me this, when you see that, I mean, where do you think distributors and producers, where are they going to go in 2030? I mean, what's that going to look like? So you said, let me frame it. You said that there's demands that people have been asking for years, finally met, today. But now going forward, now that we all are kind of at this starting line together, so to speak, we all have the technology, we all have the ability to communicate, so to speak, and all being in quotes. What is that going to look like 7, 8 years from now, 9 years from now, in 2030? What is that new insurance distributor, agent, producer, website? What is that going to be?
Yeah. So when I think about what we're going to do, where we're going to be in 2030, I think that this is my own personal opinion. I think that we're going to be more down the road of an agent or a advisor in insurance being able to offer almost every risk aversion in which you can think possible. And so when you think about that, I think that where we're headed is an opportunity for an advisor or insurance agent to be almost like the everything or the one-stop shop for anyone and everyone. And I think that they're going to be able to make the decision of kind of maybe if they want to be like a very detailed advisor, whether it's how they want to certainly show up. And what I mean by that is whether they want to look at high risk versus low risk. But inside of that, they'll be able to offer so many things. And the reason why they'll be able to offer so many things because everything will be on a digital platform. So think about this. So when I have to come and possibly talk to you about your auto and home, I used to have to come to your home and brochures and go, take the little measuring stick around your home. None of that stuff is needed now. I can take a satellite picture from your home and you are now insured, right? I mean, wow. They've got things, well, they're going to give you the measurements. Okay, so that's done. So I no longer have to go see your auto. So that's done. It's in the life insurance space. Where we are with data analytics and algorithm, all of that, it will not be that, an exam one person needs to come and see you and take your blood work. So when I think about 2030, I think about the opportunity that we will be able to not only do some of our base business, but look at other ways that we can bring in a value proposition to our advisors that already have a great relationship with our agents. And the one great thing that's happening right now, Cory, is our insurance, every late conference that I've been in the last, 5 years, diversity and inclusion is just on the top of everyone's radar. First of all, they realize and understand that insurance has lagged behind as far as in diversity and inclusion, but they also see that the world is changing. And so as I talk about where we're going, what we're going to look like in 2030, I see, and my vision is that it will not be an industry of where I started and how it looked 20 years ago, and that is walking into a room of middle-aged white men that now have a whole book of things that they could offer all of their clients. So the disparity will be a whole lot less.
That's really good. That's really good, Estelle. Profound. I mean, and I love what you said to me because you work with a company, American Family, that's about dreamers, right? And about ensuring people's dreams and connecting them to their dreams. And I love what you said is about it's a whole, everybody has a dream, right? It's not just one group of people. So how do you service the needs of this entire community? Leave me this one lasting thought about, you made a great point about where D&I is going to go, where technology is going to go, but you said something that I think was important, and I want everyone to really dive into it. So unpack it for me. I was using the term agent, distributor, producer, but you said advisor. What does that really mean? And maybe unpack that term, because I think there's something more intimate with when you talk about someone advising me than just someone making a transaction and signing me up and getting, a quota and so forth. So tell us what you mean by advisor and how you see that really changing kind of the insurance landscape.
Yeah, so just so that I'm clear, we don't always recognize our agents as advisors. We certainly call them agents. And so as I use the term advisors, I am using the term more loosely in the fact that when we think about, or as I think about a individual that has my business, I would look at that person as that they would be very much so giving me the best knowledge that they have around what it is that their expertise is. And so when I think about that, I think about risk advisors or, my confidant advisor, things like that, that they're the expert in whatever it is that they're at, that they're selling, and that we're having a more of a consultative approach to the buy versus your limits are this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's really good. No, I love that. And I love that. I mean, I know you took liberty with that, but I think it's such a powerful word because I think we're all looking for that, right? I mean, as you said, during the pandemic, we were all looking for advice, whether it be CDC or whatever. We were looking for someone who we could trust, that would give us the best information they have. And I think that's really key. So I appreciate this time, Estelle. I don't want to take all of your day and all of your evening, but you've really expounded upon where you see insurance going. I think it's really powerful to have someone like yourself who's been in the fight, who's been there to make things happen, to make things change, and is continuing to make things change. I love how you said how you're continuing to hire and look for opportunities to bring people into this great industry, which is insurance. And it's made some great inroads for you. I'm sure you've been successful. I can see that, but I also like how you're helping others be successful as well. So I appreciate the time and appreciate all you're doing, Estelle, and keep up the great work with the American family.
I appreciate you, Cory. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cory and Estelle. I appreciate your insights. Again, folks, thank you very much for joining us today, and continue your learning journey in how you can optimize your customer experience with Talkdesk. Here are some additional resources that you can check at your own time. We look forward to hearing from you again, and we hope that we can extend our relationship even further. Thank you very much.